Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Cal Royal number DDSB24. This is a decorative Dutch surface bolt, I guess is DDSB. Dutch door surface bolt, maybe. Not sure why you'd want such a large long bolt for a Dutch door, but I think they may be calling it because it's in the spirit of what a Dutch door bolt would look like in terms of its design and its overall shape and look and feel and operation. This is obviously a decorative surface bolt. A Dutch door, you wouldn't use this on a Dutch door. Well, maybe I guess you might. I don't see why you would use such a long... Dutch door bolts are usually closer to 5" in length. Let's go over it. This is a nice piece of hardware that... I'm going to tell you if it's something that I would order for myself. There is an internal mechanism that limits the travel, which I like a lot. And as I run the mounting pads over the material, I'm not seeing any evidence that it has so done. So there is obviously a shim that's in there, preventing contact to the top of the bolt. Piece of solid brass, most certainly, is what this is. The travel, of course, is going to be equal to the projection of the bolt once it's installed. Let's take a couple of dimensional properties of this item. First, the projection. That's a real common question. When it's fully presented, you can see that dimension's 1.5 inches or 1 5/8. When I push it back, we're going to be at 2 5/8. Well, pardon me, about 2 5/8. So 1 inch projection or throw. They say that this is 24 inch. Let's take a look at what that is. Generally, what you're going to have on a bolt is that the end of the rod to the center of the knob is what I find to be the size that they're calling 24 inch. This, however, is going to be closer to an overall length of the bolt at 24 inch, not to the center of the knob. 1.25 inches diameter is the diameter of the knob. That's correct. Diameter of the rod, or the width of the rod, 5/8. Thickness, that's about 5/16. Overall width of the mounting pads, about 2 1/8. 7/8. Overall to the mounting points, 1 3/8. Total projection off the face of the door, about 9/16. Down here to the knob, it's about 1 3/8. Nice quality item. I would not hesitate to use this. It looks, it certainly looks very good. And for the cost, I think you can't go wrong. Small amount of play here, but that's going to be normal. There would be some manufacturers that will certainly have a more elegant solution to this. I would also tell you that those other manufacturers could be triple the cost of this Cal Royal item. Listed in different finishes and obviously different sizes. So first of all, the different lengths. 4 inch. That's going to be your typical Dutch door bolt. Dutch door bolt, meaning you want to lock the top leaf down to the shelf of the lower leaf or down to the lower leaf. Dutch door bolt. A Dutch door is, a top leaf and then a bottom leaf. Open up the top leaf and you'd be able to picture a park district. Summertime, pool is open. The top leaf is open so that the ticket taker can be there, getting keys for the lockers. That's where you'd use a Dutch door. Bottom leaf is closed and secured, but at the end of the day, you want to be able to close that door, secure it from the inside with the bolt, and then exit. That's why you would do that. Sizes: 4 inch, 8 inch, 12 inch, 18 inch, 24 inch. dimensional properties are on that cut sheet of not only the bolt itself, but also the strikes that are there, which we'll go over in a moment. Other finishes. We're looking at the US3. That's polished brass. That means three things. The US3 doesn't mean three things, but it infers three things. It'd be better to call it 605, which is a more complete definition of US3. Polished brass. Solid brass with a lacquer applied means all three of those. It's a solid brass piece of hardware that's been highly polished with a lacquer applied. That's what US3 in this case stands for. Other finishes. US5 for antique brass. I'm looking at what's available. US10B for oil rubbed bronze. US15 for nickel. US15A for antique nickel. And US26 for polished chrome. So if you're looking for a satin chrome, you'll go with the 15, the satin nickel finish. And here's what it looks like. Let's take a visual tour of it. You can see that it has nice fit and finish. And where are you going to use such a tall, long bolt? Well, you're going to use it on your... just keeps going here, doesn't it? You're going to use it on, let's say you have a front entryway on your home. You've got a pair of doors, and the doors are 8 foot tall, let's say, or maybe even taller. You'd certainly want to, if you had surface bolts, you'd want to be able to secure that. You'd want to also be able to latch and unlatch that inactive door without the use of a ladder. So if you've got really tall doors, 8 foot would make a lot of sense, I think. If you are, if you think about 8 foot, the knob's going to come down to about 2 foot. If you reach up with your hand all the way, at least me being of quite average height, the tip of my fingers are at 84 inch, so I should be able to safely get my hand around this. If it was an 8 foot door, this would come down to about 6 foot tall, so that shouldn't be a problem. It'd be right about here for me to be able to operate that. That's where you're going to see it. Don't really see such a huge bolt on applications other than that. The length or the size of the bolt is generally complementary to the overall size of the door. You wouldn't put a tiny little bolt on a 9 foot tall door. It would look odd, to say the least. So everything needs to be compatible in its ratio or proportion of size to each other. So taller door, going to have a longer bolt, not only so you can reach it, but otherwise it would look odd. Some people will also put these at the bottom of the door because they simply don't want to reach over so far down to operate the bolt on the door. So you can see them on the bottom of the door as well. Okay. Now, you're going to get fasteners. Be mindful. These are made of brass in a complementary finish. Be mindful because you don't want to strip this screw. You want to be able to successfully install the item, but you want to do so in such a way where you've not literally stripped the screw out. Brass is a very soft metal. Pre-drill the hole correctly. Use a perfectly fitting hand screwdriver. If you sense significant resistance, stop. You've probably not pre-drilled the hole properly. Only the threads are what you want biting into the surface of the material. Now this bolt is nice because, another reason it's nice, you'll be able to install this in every possible circumstance because they give you all 3 strikes. So let's go over them. And these 3 strikes are going to permit you to install it in any way you are being dealt. So first of all, if you are doing literally a Dutch door, you could literally mortise this into the top of the door. Or if you are, no, I don't like that. I don't like that one very much. You could install this strike into an application where you were surface mounting it to the face of your door. Okay. Now let's get some dimensional property. Well, as we're doing that, you can install this sort of strike where you were going to surface mount everything about 1 7/8 inches. Overall width about 1 1/8 inches. Overall height about 1/2 inch, where you had some inset. And as a result of that, let's measure that. So you're going to be installing this obviously like that. It's a nice thick piece of brass as well. Very proud piece of brass. Now, regarding where you're going to use that angle strike is probably going to be based on its dimensional properties being compliant with what you're doing. You could certainly install this up into the header if you had an application that was a push side mount and your like an outswinging door application. But that's going to be based on, you know, whether or not it's going to be dimensionally compatible with what you're working on. So, that's really going to be determined by, you know, the dimension from the face of the door where you're going to install the bolt and exactly where it will mount to the header. Because it's going to look, because the, let's see if we can get this closer to view here. Turning it the opposite way to get this up to the camera. Okay, so we can see where that offset's going to be between the bolt mounting plate and the face of the strike. You may be able to mount this successfully on a push side application where this gets mortised up to the header, but perhaps not though, because of that dimension. Okay. Although it might work out perfectly. So measure all that before you determine. The angle strike, in my experience, is certainly common, but maybe less so than others, such as the mortise strike. You're going to have either an in-swing or an outswing. If you're doing an outswing, the mortise strike is generally what you're going to see because you're just going to mark that, locate it, and place it appropriately. Okay. You might find that the angle of the dimension of the angle strike might be too great to work with your application. So an outswing could work out very well where you're going to mount this to that sort of application, or where you're going to mount it to the stop. Okay. Mounting that angle strike for your installation is probably not going to be something you're going to end up using, because that dimension, I think, is just too far based on the distance from the face of the door to the face of the stop, any weather stripping that's applied. Now, if you're doing an in-swing, you'll use what's called the universal strike. I would just simply call it an in-swing sort of strike, because that's really where you're going to use it. Or if you're surface mounting, like if you're going to mount this, you will be surface mounting all of this, but in a pull side application, if this bolt was far smaller, you might use it horizontally, and then in an application like this, it would just be mortised to the jamb, to the rabbet of the frame, and it would work just like that. So which strike you're going to end up using is going to be based on the most elegant, least amount of work, I think, to get it installed correctly. Residential application, the doors are going to swing in, so you're going to use the universal strike, would be my guess. Now, let's take a look at the dimensional properties of that. About 1 7/8 inches. Overall width, about 1 9/16 inches or so. The tongue, about 1 1/4 inches by about 5/8. That mortise strike, 2 1/16 by about 13/16. Okay, all solid brass, all polished, all with a lacquer as well. Very high quality bolt material from Cal Royal. Finally, if you have any questions on the Cal Royal, this is their DDSB24 surface bolt, or any other Cal Royal product, please let us know. And there's also a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Cal Royal products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog where you can review all things Cal Royal. I'm quite partial to Cal Royal, and I think I know that it's because there's a confluence of very high quality material that goes along with a very smooth running company. You send the order, they send the acknowledgement, they ship it out, and they do that over and over again, and that's all you can ask for. Good quality product, a very fair price, very good customer service. Cal Royal is a name that I think you should consider for put into consideration for your needs. Any questions on this bolt or any other Cal Royal product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.